Hello, everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of Square Triangle. I'm Decavolty, joined as, of course, with Sharky and X.
Hello.
Howdy.
We are going to be talking about AEW Revolution. Once again, it being an AEW event, I expect there to be good wrestling. So I'm going to talk about it from a booking perspective instead of like, was the wrestling good? Because it's going to be good.
Yeah.
So when we talk about the booking decisions, some of them are head scratchers, but we'll get to them when we get to them.
Also, if you guys are watching or listening on Friday, leave comments for Decavolty. He's getting married this weekend.
They're getting married.
So by the time this comes out, I will be in Texas with him, and yeah, we'll be enjoying some quality time together
Unholy matrimony.
before the wedding. Yeah, a lot of people from the old group getting together. It's gonna be fun.
So the show, Duck.
Yeah, Duck. We have a bunch of other people from, if you remember us from our gaming days, a lot of people from the group is going to be there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cool seeing a lot of people for the first time. But let's talk about Revolution, because yes, as you said, great wrestling. Now we just want to look at it from a booking perspective. Some quick things for the pre-show. There was a injury angle surrounding Willow Nightingale, setting up for the women's tag team match that happens on the main card. I don't know if it's a legitimate injury and they had to get Willow out of there, or if this is just a booking thing to, hey, she's a very strong women's wrestler that we have. Let's make it understandable that she's lost this match.
It's an angle specifically because they had that backstage interview where Harley Cameron was interviewing, or was talking to Willow, and the way Harley Cameron was touching Willow Nightingale's back, if that was a real injury, she would have been like flinching real hard.
Yeah, so it's probably just they didn't want to make Willow look. They still wanted to make Divine Dominion look strong, but I think it's just Willow has just been a very strong competitor on the roster, and it was like, hey, this is a way that we can get the titles off of her without, making her, legitimately lose. So I think it's more of a protection angle than anything. But we do have another overrun. I guess it's just what AEW is doing now. Pre-show ends on the main card with our 21-man Blackjack Battle Royale for the National Championship. This was, from what I caught on this, because I came into this about 10 minutes before showtime, and then I watched the finish of it. I don't know who was all in this match. I did see people like Ciampa and Ace Austin, Jack Perry, Ricochet, Roppongi Vice. Like, those, most of the mid-carders you could assume from AEW were in this. It ends with Jack Perry and Ricochet being the final two. It's a pretty good one-on-one match. This is kind of like the big culmination of the little feud that they've been having the last few months about this title. Something I do want to shout out before, Jack Perry wins. He gets Ricochet out of the ring. Jack Perry is now your new national champion. This match also had a really, really strong focus on Ace Austin, which kind of gets me hyped that he might be starting to move into one of the title pictures. Now, Ace Austin, member of Bang Bang Gang and Bullet Club Gold, just kind of been on Ring of Honor ever since showing up, but he was given kind of a showcase here alongside Tommaso Ciampa, still, being showcased strongly.
Yeah,
just a fun match.
I guess when it comes to AEW identifying who's going to move up and who's going to be like top talent, they kind of do things like that, and giving Ace Austin the showcase really shows that they have some faith in the guy. And I hope he moves up. I really hope he does.
It was just one of those signings the last few months that he showed up. He had friends in Bullet Club. He had a few matches on the main roster, and he's just kind of been on Ring of Honor now, I guess, kind of honing his craft, or at least getting some, in-ring exposure for there. This was kind of his big showing out in the last 4 or 5 people in this match. And it was just a really good showing from Ace Austin, and I hope to see him more on TV. But yeah, Jack Perry gets a big win in his hometown. His mom and sister are there. He is now the new national champion. So curious to see what happens now with Ricochet. But Jack Perry did say he's going to defend this title in other other companies as well, kind of making it the
He's gonna
traveling
do the
title.
MJF thing.
Yeah, he's going to make this kind of his traveling title, which I think is the
Mhm.
intent. With the original intent of this was to defend it in other promotions.
Yeah, just kind of make it the territory belt, you know.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it defended on a WWE show.
WWE,
Yeah, don't hold your breath on
WWE
that.
ID. It's like-
Don't hold your
so-
breath on that one.
But yeah, it's a battle royale match with the AEW roster. I mean, this match is going to have great showcase of athleticism and just a bunch of different styles. And Ciampa still looks like a beast in the fucking ring. Like the dude's moving, I think, better than he ever did in the WWE main roster. You can tell he's excited to be there, and he's making the most of what he gets on TV. But yeah, Jack Perry is new champion. We'll see how that goes. I'm kind of curious what's next for Ricochet. Also, considering what's been happening on Twitter the last few days with him. Got himself into a bit of controversy.
Oh yeah, I read about that just earlier today.
There's a difference between heat and incredibly
Yeah.
cheap heat, and mocking somebody's disability is not a good move, no matter how big of a heel you are. So
Yeah.
So Ricochet, we'll see what's kind of going on with you over the next few months after all that. Kind of a weird situation, I think, for Ricochet, because let's break it down. Somebody pointed out Twitter comments is why you didn't get Jay Briscoe and why you didn't get Trey Miguel. Ricochet is
Right.
doing this shit on Twitter right now, and there doesn't seem to be any public announcement from AEW about it. And then you bring on, spoiler for later tonight, Ronda Rousey. So it's like, what is the baseline for who gets on TV and who doesn't? Because obviously the rules are not set in stone. So
no, they aren't. And I
Who
kind
can
of
draw the most money?
if you are
Yeah.
letting Ronda on the show, get Trey Miguel on the roster. There's no excuse. Anything that he said is not worse than anything Ronda has said.
And believe
You
me,
guys have Sammy Guevara.
yeah.
They still have Sammy Guevara, who's also just kind of wasn't on the show, I think. Either. I don't think he
Well,
was in
that's
the
fine. I just he's usually a Ring of Honor nowadays.
does the wiki have the roster for the Battle Royale?
Yes. Rocky Romero, Austin Gunn, AR Fox, Johnny TV, Scorpio Sky, Leo Rush, Jalistico, Anthony Bowens, Dalton Castle, The Beast Mortos, Trent Beretta, Commander, Daniel Garcia, Katsuyori Shibata, Roosh, Ace Austin, Tommaso Ciampa, Juice Robinson, El Clone, and Ricochet, and Jack Perry.
Just listening to that roster, what a fucking mid card this company has, dude.
Pretty good.
Just you list off all those names, and it's like everybody on that list is great at what they fucking do.
Everyone on that
Yeah.
list could have been the champion.
Yes, everybody on that
Exactly.
list had a legitimate oh cool, they won. I can believe that.
Yeah.
Also a little thing from this Leo Rush kind of debuted a new character. He shaved his head. He's wearing trunks now, and he has irisless contacts in. And I'm
that's his character in Japan.
yeah, his Blackheart character. But I was just
Mhm.
I saw it. I was like, mini Bobby Lashley. He looks like a mini Bobby Lashley now with the shaved head and everything.
It kind of reminds me of a pro wrestling version of Hobson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That this little rapper that wears that kind of contacts as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why he did the change like that, but I'm kind of interested.
Yeah, it was just because I think he's just been his normal character for the last few weeks until this for some reason. Because even his tag team partner in Action Andretti was just what? It's
Yeah, this came out of nowhere.
But yeah, a great showcase for the mid card roster. It's a very strong mid card roster. Anybody gets injured in the main event, it's who do we pick from? We have a whole thing.
And again, to explain to the IWC, that is the benefit of having a large roster. Because when you've had a slew of injuries like AEW has had before in the past, you can just move people up, if they're good enough, and they can fill those spots out, until the guys come off injury or whatnot. Or you can just move them up, and it gives you a plethora of options, is what I'm saying.
We'll talk about
the disadvantage to that is something that we see in WWE where we have people who have been hired and aren't on TV.
That comes along with
Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah. Yeah. Royce Keys.
So somebody pointed out that they don't have any. This man signed. They didn't have any plans for WrestleMania, but now they're going to put him in like an impromptu tag match with Jelly Roll. And I was just like, please tell me they come out with the name Rolls Royce. It's like, please.
I would love that.
But
that's the sponsored ad break show.
But when it comes to people,
Rolls Royce.
When it comes to people on the mid card, like fighting for their spot, when we get to a match later in the night, like we're gonna have to shout out Mark Davis. This man has been wrestling like his life depends on it.
Like dude.
Yeah, it's like he is like, I can easily be replaced by everybody on this mid card. I am going to just show out every time I'm in a wrestling ring.
Mm-hmm. That's what you gotta do though, man.
On to the main card itself. We start off really hot with Young Bucks versus FTR, match number 5, I think.
I was gonna say, this is not a new match for them.
This is not a new match.
I think it's number 4, if I remember correctly.
I think it was 5 when they...
4 or 5, one of them.
Yeah, it's definitely like a new one in the series for the AEW Tag Team Championships. This feud has kind of been built on FTR being disrespectful to their family. They did the spike pile driver to their younger brother a few months back and all that. And the Bucks kind of in their hometown. They're from, Rancho Cucamonga, California. Yeah, so it's nearby, but they're kind of like the hometown guys here. They come out with their kids and everything. The moment I see all of the kids, like the entire family on the ramp, I'm like, oh, the Bucks are losing. It's like this is just to get everybody like in and hyped and all that, but I was like, oh no, they're gonna be murdered by FTR in the ring.
It reminds me so much of John Cena with them kids at WrestlePalooza, man. It's like, and then he just gets destroyed.
Yeah, it's like John Cena's like, I'm gonna bring out all the Make-A-Wish kids and then fucking die. Like so it's a really good promo or opening like hype video with like the Bucks kids talking about their dads and everything. It was actually really cute. They have the whole family come out with them, the family sitting at ringside, and this is where I realized in every other pay-per-view that we complain about kids screaming, it was probably the Jackson kids. And I don't know how to I think it's like literally the same kids.
This is their 5th match.
For the titles, yeah.
They had one match for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. Most of the time they were for the AEW.
And I mean, they don't disappoint. Like none of these matches have been bad.
They're great. They're solid matches. Like even I am not the biggest fan of the Young Bucks, to put it mildly. This is when you put them up against the right opponents. I think they shine very well, and they're also kind of too old to be doing the things they're doing right now.
So this match is interesting because one of the Bucks, I keep forgetting who's who here. One of them gets busted open and it turns into like a 2v1 for most of this match. And the Buck that is wrestling is showing out so much as like a singles wrestler. I was like, where was all of this? Like, having basically doing a 2v1 and like still being able to wrestle like without having to tag team wrestle is an insane talent that we don't see often from these guys. Also FDR comes out kind of cheap heat. They're in Celtics colors in Los Angeles. This is also the second time they've done this apparently though. So it's nothing new there. Stokely's in a wheelchair. I kind of laughed at it because Stokely just looks so pissed off. He's also growing hair, so he's beating the bald allegations. Let's go, Stokely.
Nice.
He still gets no hose.
Just right off the bat, man, one of the Young Bucks is busted open, and FTR is just tearing apart one of the Bucks in like a 2v1. I think it was like 5 minutes in, and both one of the Bucks and Dax were both bleeding. So that was kind of a little fast for me, but whatever. We do get a really cool spot with the missile drop kick into the senton, like at the same time from one of the Bucks, which is a pretty cool visual to see. And they're really working this family angle. The kids are like motivating him to, keep fighting and stuff like that. It goes into the usual spots, the double sharpshooters, FTR kind of holding each other's hands to stop each other from tapping. Cash Wheeler slaps Dax to motivate him to bites him and motivates him to get to the rope to break it. So this eventually leads into something that happens way too much over this pay-per-view. FTR hit they hit the spike pile driver or a shatter machine. I can't remember which. It looks like they're about to win it. It's a kick out at 1. The Bucks power up, kick out at 1. This happens 3 more times during this pay-per-view. And I'm like,
again, we're keeping that same energy for no matter who does it.
I'm like, it's great here. And I'm like, if you do it in like the main event, that's fine. But I think 2 other matches do it, like just mid-card matches. And it's just like, man, that would have been really cool if I didn't see it 2 other times tonight. It's like,
it's that thing. It's that thing of like, well, we can't all go through a plate glass in our match, and then everyone does.
Yeah. The crowd goes nuts. Stokely gets hit by a dive while in the wheelchair, which made me laugh. Then the avalanche shatter machine for FTR to retain. Great match. I think FTR retaining is the correct idea because immediately after we get a return of Christian and Edge coming back for revenge on FTR. Probably setting up the double or nothing match, or maybe even building to All Out. Where I think the rumors that have been swirling is that is going to be a triple threat. Is going to be because Young Bucks kind of shook them off too after their match, like disrespectfully. Where I think the rumor is that they're going to end it with a triple threat TLC match to give Edge and Christian a final TLC match before they retire. Which I think would be a great. I'm with it. The Bucks, FTR, and Edge and Christian in a TLC match in 2026. Yeah, I'm in. Like,
yeah. Well, because of all of the 3 teams, all 3 teams from the OG TLC match, the only one to keep themselves relatively healthy is Edge and Christian.
The only ones that haven't retired yet.
Jeff still wrestles.
Dudley's are retired. Yeah. The Hardy Boys still wrestle. I think Edge and Christian want to go out with their showcase match like before they finally, go out, which I can get behind. That'd be a sweet triple threat. A triple threat of those teams I can definitely get behind. So great match to start off. Everybody is energized going into this. We get immediately into Toni Storm versus Marina Shafir. Everybody is banned from ringside. Simple stipulation, This match, I think, went as long as it needed. This wasn't a title match. This wasn't like some big blow-off feud match. It was just a singles match without any kind of interference, and it was really good. Toni is really good. Marina is getting way better in the ring. There was no heterosexual explanation to why Toni bites Marina's tit. It's like...
Well, let's start. Hold on. Time out. Marina Shafir's finisher is called Mother's Milk. Let's be so real about this now.
But she didn't lock it in. It was like she was like, I think it was like a rear like chokehold, and Toni worked out of it and just straight up bit her on the boob. And I was just like, okay,
I'm just
Toni.
saying, there's levels to this.
There's levels to this.
The thing is that's Toni Storm's character now. She has no rhyme or reason to do the things that she does sometimes. She just does them. It's spontaneous and it makes sense for her character.
This match also does kind of just get started. Like Marina comes out with her intro and Toni's doing hers and Marina just jumps her before she even gets to the ring. So we're like right off the bat here with action. And yeah, I mean, it's just a very basic wrestling match. Everybody gets their stuff in. Toni hits the DDT and then rolls into the big package, I think is what the pin's called for Toni.
Big package.
And she wins. It doesn't make Marina look weak. It's definitely like just a roll-up situation. And then the pay-per-view takes a nosedive. In terms of like, here's the bar, and then this happens, and we kind of even back out, as the night goes on. Where Ronda Rousey appears to call out Toni Storm.
Like why though?
They've said like they haven't signed her or anything, but like she's still there. She's still there, Toni.
So my question is, are they going to use her in like a program with Toni Storm?
People think that's what's going to happen.
I have no idea. Yeah, like
because they're like, hey,
they're like,
just bring her in for a double or nothing match. We'll do a tag team, whatever. People are like, that might be what's happening. But Tony is like, hey, we didn't sign her. And I'm like, it's in LA. She could probably just be the celebrity pop that they wanted, but it kind of backfired. You know, nobody wants to see Ronda Rousey.
Because if they're gonna do this it just should be just for the short term, you know, because there was a lot of negative reactions surrounding Ronda Rousey for obvious reasons, you know.
Everybody, people were like, I don't see the AEW fans complaining. It's like, no, we are complaining. Like we do not want her to.
I'm absolutely complaining.
Deca was the first one I saw complaining that night. You know, because I mean, I understand it.
Ronda tries to look all badass, doing like the pointing at the ring to get Tony to come down. Tony has like a psychotic look on her face and then just goes, okay, and struts her way back to the ring, which I thought was really funny.
I like that. That was funny.
A ton of security comes out, separates them, and Marina gets a sucker punch in to knock out Toni Storm, kind of keeping her heat, and both of them leave. So, weird. I hope it's just a one-off. I do not want to see Ronda Rousey in this company. We're on a really good streak right now, buddy. It's not.
Yeah. And on top of that, you know, I don't think there's no purpose for her to be in this company. Maybe just to do that one off, that's about it. But
Shayna Baszler is right there.
When she
last
is right,
week,
this is what I was getting to. Like Shayna Baszler is literally doing God knows what right now. She probably would have fit in better with this situation than Ronda Rousey would have.
Last week, we talked about AEW picking up people who can keep up with the in-ring style, and I'm not going to pretend that Ronda Rousey is a good wrestler. Like she can do stuff. She can do stuff. I think if you want her to call a match, she's going to absolutely bomb. Let's get Shayna Baszler. She is around. She is much better, and she fits way better into Death Riders than Ronda does. So
yes, she does. She looks the part of a Death Rider, in my opinion.
Yeah. So this was kind of just, this was like, oh, we started off real high, and I'm glad we got this out of the way now. Like, if this came later in the card, I would have been like, I'm pissed, dude. We were doing so good. Like, we were doing so good.
You were the chosen one.
But the thing is, but you know what, though? You know, AEW has been cooking a lot lately. And
we can get
every once in a while,
fine. We get one.
It's like, every once in a while they have the tendency to do some cornball ass shit. So I mean, I'll just give them that one.
Yeah. A really cool thing about this match is because we have Marina in this match, her music is playing as she exits, which we instantly transition into Moxley arriving. Really cool use of the entrance theme.
That was pretty sick effect.
To go from while the music's playing for her to leave, Moxley just uses it to come out. A really good transition for the faction. Match of the night for me. This match
easily.
John Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita for the AEW Continental Championship with no time limit, because the last time they wrestled, it went to time, and Moxley was not satisfied because he did not beat him. So, yeah. God, this fucking match, dude.
Very good.
How do you take somebody as dominant as Takeshita has been the last few months and make him look like an underdog in this match? Like, just shows like Moxley's presence in this ring is just so good, and he's so good at giving, letting people like look. He can make people look weak, and then it knows exactly when to start making them look strong in these matches. Like, Moxley is the ace of this company.
Moxley's been wrestling a long time at this point. Like,
yeah,
he's
over 20
got a really high wrestling IQ.
Somebody pointed out it's like ever since Moxley took Edge's bat in his back that got stuck, like Moxley has been wrestling his ass off the last few months. Like, it's been insane. Losing the title has done nothing to this man. Like
the thing is, he loses the AEW World Championship at All In last year. Go straight into the Continental Classic, and then just rebuilds himself up as a Continental Champion, and he's just been more effective than ever in that ring. And the thing is, he's really good at match building also, because you see plenty of examples of it throughout this match. And Moxley is most definitely the workhorse of this company. I just wish he'd take a vacation sometimes, but I know he's not doing that.
Yeah.
Because he needs to rest.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a hard-hitting match. These guys are taking it slow. They're beating the shit out of each other. Early in the match, I would say probably about 10 minutes or so, Konosuke starts bleeding. This is where he also starts to power up and fight back. It's the exploder. Moxley eats a hard knee. There's a close count. Konosuke takes a cutter, instantly no-sells it to get back to his feet. Hits Moxley with the elbow strike, but then eats a paradigm shift. It randomly cuts to a guy in the crowd at this point, which I had to make a note of. They do this a lot during the match, but like it's usually to get reactions from people in the crowd. This is just like a cut to the guy talking. Like it didn't really, it was like, oh, well, that was kind of a misfire on that one.
It was supposed to be a guy reacting, and it wasn't.
Yeah, like, but they do that better throughout the night, though. Nice little back and forth trade on suplexes. Moxley hits a very strong lariat, and this is where we get the second kick out at 1. With Konosuke Takeshita powering up. Still, he hits Raging Fire, and it's almost a 3 count. And Moxley, I think, is the first person in AEW to kick out of Raging Fire, which is a cool little storytelling here. Like,
yeah.
Moxley as a champion is like the final boss for a lot of these guys.
Moxley in general is the final boss for a lot of these guys.
Yeah. The whole story of this match, though, in ring has been Takeshita's knee. Like they work Takeshita's knee a lot in this match because he tries to go for the knee to end the match, stumbles, eats a Death Rider. He kicks out. Everybody goes crazy. And then there's an avalanche Death Rider. He kicks out at 2. And Moxley decides, I have to just put this guy away, locks in a chokehold, and Takeshita ends up passing out. Not a pin. Very smart way to finish the match. Takeshita looks tough as hell. Like, it's a really, really good match. We do get a show of respect at the end of the match, too. Kind of continuing the long-term Takeshita face turn that we're all waiting for. And then the hype video hits. And inside the little Saiyan recovery tube, because of course it is, it's Will Ospreay from his neck surgery.
That's a fucking nerd.
Yep.
Fucking nerd. Billy Goat is back. Takes out Moxley with a sick hidden blade. It's like that hidden blade lays out Moxley. Moxley put his whole ass into that. It's like he's like, I'm going to take this elbow. It's like
that was a great sell for Moxley though, because I was like, that shit looked brutal.
Will Ospreay gets into the ring. Moxley like takes one step to him, and then Moxley like folds underneath the fucking elbow. It's so funny. And then we're like, okay, well, he just had neck surgery. He's going to have to slow down, right? No, moonsault off the top, completely nailing Garcia with his fucking knees. It's like,
it's not even just a moonsault; it was a sky twist.
Yeah,
it was sky twister press. But he just like clocks Daniel Garcia on top of the head. And
Daniel takes a knee to the fucking head.
I'm like, man.
He forces the Death Riders out of there. He remembers what they did to him. I'm glad wrestlers do not forget things in AEW.
Again, I like continuity.
Continuity. Will Ospreay's back, and he has some unfinished business with the Death Riders before pursuing anything else. So, yeah, it's the roster's coming back. Like everybody's coming back from injury. We're getting full power again.
Yep, and I think this little small feud right here is going to keep Ospreay busy until the Owen Hart tournament.
Yeah, this is definitely Ospreay's immediate future is right here with the Death Riders.
Yeah, because right now this is the revenge arc for Will Ospreay. He has to take out Moxley because he broke his neck last year, in kayfabe. So yeah, this is the beginning of that.
And then we'll see what happens because we find out later in the night, I need to see what's going on with the world title scene now, because Will Ospreay is inevitably going to win the title. We know that. Like if it's this year at All Out or maybe it's at World's End, I think Will Ospreay is getting the title this year. London. Like All in London is like the most makes sense place in this whole thing. But we need to build time, and I don't think Ospreay is going to be chasing the world title while trying to deal with Moxley. So we'll have to see who the transitional feud is for the world title scene right now.
Yeah, because at best this is just a mini feud for Ospreay and Moxley. Yeah. It's just to tie up loose ends, which is fine.
So again, with this pay-per-view, they're actually getting very smarter with the pacing. We had the high, with the Young Bucks and FTR, and then we kind of evened out a bit with Tony and Marina, and then we had the high again with Moxley and Takeshita, and now we kind of level out again with Divine Dominion versus Babes of Wrath for the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship. This is coming off of a pre-show match between Lena Cross and Willow Nightingale for the TBS title, so Willow Nightingale is coming in injured into this match. This is
interestingly that she's not like Willow Nightingale's injured, but she's the only one seemingly.
Yeah, I think it's because after I think the Willow Nightingale match, she was attacked, which is what led to the post-match injury. She beat Lena, and then I think she got jumped by Megan Bain and Lena.
Gotcha.
So Lena did pull double duty tonight, which these women that are pulling double duty on these cards, man, just so impressive.
Once again, both companies are being carried by their women.
Both companies being carried by the women's division.
Most definitely. Lena just got there too. Now she's pulling double duty on a pay-per-view. Man, shouts out to her, man. She's
for sure.
Workhorse.
So we kind of expect how this match is going to go. I think it is time to put a title belt on Megan Bain. The women's tag team is a good one now. I mean, she lost her partner again with Penelope Ford getting injured again, but she has Lena Cross. It's a very dominant tag team. So why not?
I see the vision for it.
Why not belt them up here? Harley Cameron, though, has to have a shout out. She was basically 2v1ing this match. She was wrestling a tag team match by herself, and she looks great in the ring, dude. And she's just been doing this shit for such a brief amount of time to still be this good. Natural talent. It's insane.
Harley Cameron
is one.
She is I think even MJF is giving her flowers. I think in interviews unprompted.
I think if Willow is injured and has to relinquish the belt or something, I think it's Harley Cameron's time to be belted up with just a mid-card belt, just let her be TBS champion for a little while until, another woman works up to it. She's been doing great, and she definitely deserves a little bit of time on the championship. Because I think with wrestlers, when you become champion, that's kind of like the real test from how everybody talks about it. It's like you need to learn how to present yourself. You need to learn how to talk. It's like that is like, hey, I'm relying on you now. To give this belt some prestige.
Right.
And it's kind of like that. Hey, can you level up and be a champion? Like she's great. She's great in the ring and she's great on promos, but it's like, can she be that face of a division? And I think she can. She's fantastic.
I think her match from last year with Mercedes Moné Grand Slam Australia really kind of illustrates that point. Yeah. I think Harley Cameron can be a solid mid-carder. That match kind of proved it last year. So she is very, very capable. And also she's multi-talented, so that helps out a lot too. She can be she's a great representative for the company also.
The only complaint I do have about this match is that the ending was kind of abrupt. Harley gets the tag on Willow gets in. There is some back and forth. Divine Dominion do get the advantage though. She is injured. And then it's like one choke slam and that's it. So I'm just kind of like, I understand it. Like she was beaten to hell coming into this, but like, that just feels kind of abrupt, A
little bit. It did feel abrupt when I was watching it.
It's like Lena Cross like choke slams her and then pins her. It's just like, all right, I guess that just happened. And I think it was like,
that's how I felt about it too. It was like, that happened, I guess.
Because I don't think there was a lot of pin attempts like leading up to that either. I think Willow got almost like the pin attempt was like once or twice. Yeah. But it was just like slam pin, and I was like, I guess the match is over. So, but yeah, Divine Dominion, great tag team. They have the belts now. They're two powerhouses. I wonder what's going to happen in the women's tag team division now. Like, they seem very, very dominant. I think they're also much bigger than any of the other women on the roster right now.
Well, they're both almost 6-footers. So, I mean, that makes sense.
Also,
they're basically,
cameraman, just during their entrance, they do the bow down motion and the cameraman lowering the camera. I'm like, really good touch on that entrance.
Nice touch.
I see the vision.
They're basically female like Undertaker and Kane, or one of the big tall tag teams that are just powerhouses. I see it. They're female
like,
version of that. And
yeah, they're the women's division of like the classic tag team names, like, you know, the Skyscrapers, or like, you know,
yeah,
like the ones like from the 80s and 90s. It's like we just have two very big guys as a tag team. It's like this is kind of how they're feeling.
Big girls as a tag team. I kind of dig it, honestly. I do.
Sorry, Penelope Ford, though. I don't know where you fit into this when you come back. Like, that's the unfortunately thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really good match. Really good match. I think this smart decision now to put a belt on Megan Bayne. It was really happy for Lena Cross. She's just got here, you know, but she's been doing work. The match for who is the most violent man in AEW. I guess this match would have more impact if we didn't see the main event after this, or like later in the night, but this is still a really good match because these guys, I feel like they shouldn't have this much chemistry, but these two guys are great wrestlers and they just make it work, and it's so good. Swerve Strickland versus Brody King. I kind of wish Brody would have won this, but I understand.
I agree with that.
I do understand Swerve has been like a main eventer for a while, but I think it is just Brody's time to be put front and center. We do have Danielson on commentary for this match. Yay. I do like him on commentary.
I think Danielson's really good as a commentator.
Yeah.
I think it's really funny that they split between Danielson. They like very intentionally don't have Bryan Danielson and Nigel McGuinness at the same time.
I've noticed that too. Like they don't have them together, which is really they got to keep that lore going. It's like,
again, keeping the continuity, but like I said, if there comes a time when they both end up on commentary together, that's going to be a fun show wherever that takes place, whether it be Dynamite or Collision.
Yeah. This is basically actually surprisingly a very standard wrestling match, just with some added elements to it. The padding comes up. Both men eat slams onto the padding, or onto the exposed floor, which I can just feel that every time it happens.
Yeah.
But these two guys are just beating the hell out of each other this match. This is just two guys beating the shit out of each other. There's some cool spots, but it's really nothing. It's not actually incredibly spot heavy either. I think the craziest thing was Swerve just deadlifting Brody King for the power bomb on the apron. Because Brody King is a big guy.
He's a pretty big man, yeah.
And Swerve just deadlifting him up for the power bomb.
That was genuinely impressive.
That's what all that powerlifting Swerve did, kind of paid off.
Yeah.
He gained a lot of muscle on his time off, so makes sense.
They eventually expose the bottom turnbuckle and kind of drawing homage to a Ring of Honor event with CM Punk and somebody else. I don't remember who it was. Swerve is trying to curb stomp Brody King onto the exposed turnbuckle. Brody powers out of it. Just more action in the ring. Eventually we get back outside. And then Swerve lifting Brody up into a vertebreaker on the exposed floor. I don't know what's like Swerve. I think somebody pointed out Swerve looks like he ate the previous Swerve in terms of muscle mass now.
He did.
The vertebreaker onto the exposed floor. They're kind of going for a count or the 10 count. He's trying to go for the 10 count here. Brody gets into the ring before 10, eats a Swerve stomp. And we got our third kick out at 1. I think this one was probably I think Brody made a wrong call here to kick out at 1, because we saw that twice already. I'm wondering, and this makes me wonder, the people producing these matches, are they talking to each other as often as they should be? Because if these are all different producers and 4 people say, hey, let's have a kick out at 1, and nobody's like, hey, we're going to do a kick out at 1. Are you guys doing a kick out at 1? It definitely weakens the impact.
If they are, those questions really aren't being brought up in those meetings, because You
No,
just
they're
kind
not.
of notice that everybody's doing it, and I really, really think AEW kind of needs to clean up on some of that, like not have all these matches be similar in some way, shape, or fashion.
That's
as
why I
far
think
as
it's
the way they
like,
put them together.
dude, I'm wondering, like, they do have coaches, they do have producers, like we know that they have hired people to do this, and Tony, signs off on it. But also, if it goes into Tony, like, how much detail are they giving him? Like, you think he would have called on? It's like, hey, we have 3 matches where there's a kick out at 1, and you would think like somebody would be like, that seems a little much,
Yeah, y'all, I don't mind if this person and this match does it, but these 2 matches, can you guys just like come up with something else?
There's nothing that this match doesn't lose any quality if the swerve stomp is a kick out at like 2.99. You know, because Brody is a tough guy. He doesn't have to kick out at 1 after taking a vertebreaker on the concrete. So, and this is also getting into the ring on a 9 count. Like, he definitely was not moving well enough. He definitely was weakened and still has a kick out at 1. It's triple house calls. Swerve finally pins it. It definitely takes a lot to put Brody King away, though. I do wish he would have won. I understand Swerve is kind of the hotter act right now. And it eventually is because they're going for that big marquee match, because Swerve Strickland tries to pull out the cinder block to do the same thing to Brody King that he did to Keith Lee. And Kenny Omega, who looks like he just arrived at the venue. Kenny Omega was at... Yeah, he was at the Capcom Cup over in Japan, which is why he didn't have a match on this card. He arrives to save Brody King.
Capcom.
Yeah,
I can't make it. I can't make it a Revolution because I'm over here cosplaying at Capcom Cup. Being Alex.
Yeah,
and he just it looks like he just got straight off the plane and went straight.
It looks like he just arrived at the arena.
I'm like, this dude is funny.
But yeah, he arrives, chases off Swerve, and saves Brody, kind of building up to probably the big all-out match of Swerve and Kenny Omega, which is a match I would love to see because that's not a combination we have not seen often. So I'm glad that we're getting like these new like matchups, because it's just like their roster is so deep that we're starting to get these dream matches. It does make Brody King look strong. I don't think he's really going to be affected by this loss, but I do think, hey, just let Brody win. And then, after he wins,
just let Brody win.
You let Brody win. Swerve gets pissed off, jumps him, then tries to cinder block him. You get the same ending. You get
the same kind of effect also. Same result.
He gets his heat back. Kenny saves the day. Brody gets the win. Like, I'm not a booker. I just feel like there are better ways to... I don't think Swerve needed the win after everything he's done in the company.
But the thing is, I think that he didn't, but I'm pretty certain, excuse me, that they're probably trying to keep him as strong as possible for, that eventual match with Kenny Omega, or as a potential challenger to MJF, So, I don't know. We'll just see what happens with Swerve.
Yeah, so, I mean, good match. Definitely did what it was supposed to do. Kenny's back. Kenny arrived. We're getting Swerve and Kenny, built further. Time for my second match of the night. I really loved this Tekla match.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, the women, man. The women in this company and the women in WWE are just like, fuck it, we're showing out. So this is a Tekla versus Chris Statlander match for the AEW Women's Championship. It is a 2 out of 3 falls match. And when this match started, I made the joke. I was like, imagine if Chris just loses 2-0. It's like, but best 2 out of 3. You're wanting to go to that 3. I think we all agree though. Chris's makeup in this match ain't it. She's like painted on what looks like, I thought they were sunglasses, because it's like the makeup had like a 3D like thing going on with it too. And I was like, take off the sunglasses. And I looked, I was like, oh, that's fucking makeup. That's not sunglasses. This is like a Kiss reject makeup. Tekla, so much charisma in this woman, man. She's so good.
Like she is absolutely she does this thing so well where she can go from like an evil, serious, heel to
just goofy,
a comically goofy, slapsticky heel, and she alternates back and forth like a light switch, and it's funny as hell to watch at times.
Can Clark Connors fight? It's like, can Clark Connors fight? I just want to know.
Connors fight.
Sure he can. Clark Connors is also like my height too, so it's weird, you know.
We get start. There's a kind of a slow start. They're just kind of feeling each other out at the beginning of this match, and then we get a very quick pinfall steal by Tekla holding the ropes. The ref doesn't see it, and this kind of sets Chris off. And the second fall is basically Chris just kicking Tekla's ass because now she's pissed off. It goes outside. Chris sends Tekla soaring with a drop kick. Like the moment the bell rings for round 2, it's like Chris is already in the air for the drop kick. Like Tekla doesn't have any time to react to it. She then slams her into the barricades. Just a bunch of just trashing Tekla outside of the ring.
That was a nice spot.
She kind of puts Chris in the Black Widow. Like it's kind of a very similar hold to like AJ Lee's Black Widow. I think it might actually be the same move.
Just 1 for 1, yeah.
Yeah, Chris frees herself, hits a Saturday Night Fever, gets the pin. And then round 3 starts with the shenanigans. We have a ref bump happens. Tekla steals Paul Turner's belt, which I thought was really funny because she took her belt off earlier in the match to try to whip Chris Statlander, and he took it from her. So she steals his belt to start beating Chris Statlander with it. Chris, however, gets the belt and starts putting it to Tekla's ass, though. It's like she is whipping the shit out of Tekla. She hits a Saturday Night Fever. It's like a 7 count. The ref's still bumped, though. And then the shenanigans happen. We get Sky Blue and Julia Hart coming out to help. They don't really do much, though. Chris Statlander has always been a dominant women wrestler on the roster. She just takes them both out without any real issue. The ref sees Chris Statlander with the belt, though. Distracts her as he takes it and kind of argues with her. Tekla hits the spear. And then hits her with 2 stomps, and Tekla retains. Really good finish to this match. Tekla retaining is the right choice. Somebody pointed it out. It's like when you think of the women's champions that they've had so far, only a few of them have been people that have been able to really talk and be a promo in addition to a wrestler. Like a lot of the champions were either Joshi wrestlers or just did not have the best promo skills. Aside from Chris is a great wrestler, her promo skills do need some work. Tekla is like the whole package, dude. It's like she came in, showed out, and it's just like she's everything, and she's so good.
Yeah, this is why I think they need to give a good long title run, you know.
Yeah.
Tekla came in a ball of fire to begin with, and I really do think she took the spot that Mariah May left behind. You know,
she did.
She came in, all the charisma, all the talent in the world, and she shot to the top really fast. And yeah, I think, you know, she has been a revelation as AEW, women's world champion, because they let her cut promos and she's just actually kind of funny, you know. She connects with the crowd.
She's a good heel. She can be crazy psychotic, but she's incredibly funny, like without even trying sometimes. Like,
yeah, like it's just
sometimes it's just the accent.
It's not just the accent, it's also like her mannerisms sometimes. And it's like when she's trying to be like in her entrance video, like the hype package video that they had for her, like she's trying to be crazy, but like sometimes like she can go from crazy and it's just like too much over the top sometimes. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, oh, she's just crazy. Like she's not like evil crazy, she's just unhinged.
Cause like, and like a prime example is like during the match where like they're on the outside fighting and she does something to Chris Statler, and she just starts dancing in front of the
she just does like a little jig on the outside.
Started fucking that shit made me crack up so hard because I'm like, man, this girl is just like a cartoon character at times, and it's funny.
I want to know if the belt was planned or if Paul Turner was just confused as hell when she was taking his belt off. And it was like an improvised moment. I wonder if it's like, hey, he took my belt. I wonder if her belt was supposed to be like noticeable around so where she could like find it. And when she couldn't find it, she's just like, second option, take the referee's belt.
You know what? If that was improv, that was fantastic.
Oh, because it doesn't take much in the ring for them to be like, go with it, and then just have Paul Turner just like, drop trow.
Yeah, it was also funny because like he was laying on his stomach, so but he was also like knocked out, so she had to like lift him up slightly to get to it, and you can see like she was trying to just undo his belts, and I'm like, he's probably like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm wondering if it was supposed to be like, hey, I'm gonna lay your belt right here, and when we get to the point, just go grab it. And it's just like, I don't know where my belt is. Give me yours.
Yeah.
It's like, but that's just me thinking. I was just like, it probably was planned, and everything. But the way that Paul Turner was laying and making it difficult for her, I'm like, they probably didn't plan it out that well, because he's definitely making it harder for her.
Well, that's not a spot you necessarily practice. That's a spot you're like, okay, when we get to that part, Paul Turner, I'm gonna rip your belt off. Yeah. And Paul Turner's just like, yeah.
But I like it though. It makes that match a little more realistic in a way.
Yeah,
because it's like, oh, what the fuck are you doing?
It's like it's like the Mark Henry when he ripped the
we broke the chain because they didn't cut the notch into it.
They didn't cut the notch into it, so he just is genuinely a strong man and ripped the chain link off.
I'm wondering if it's also it's like the moments like where the ring breaks. Like when Keith Lee did the corner splash on somebody and the fucking ring broke, and he's just looking at it like, oh.
It's just those little moments like that, they just work perfectly at times.
Again, what makes it so funny is that Tekla went through all that to get the belt, and then Chris gets it and starts beating the shit out of her with it. It's like, that's again just one of those like funnier moments. But after the match, Tekla is still kind of going crazy. She's saying that she's done with her. She's trying to get back into the ring to lay her out more. We don't really get like anybody coming out to save Chris, so now Tekla kind of has like a blank slate leading into her next feud, which is always nice. You can kind of just be like, who's just going to show up now? And it's I'm hoping we get some old faces brought back. It's people.
It's people. It's pizza. Even.
It's pizza.
Hell yeah.
No, y'all are good.
So it's kind of a blank slate. I'm hoping we get some old faces. Like, I would love to see a brief feud, with like Yuka, especially with Takeshita being in the company. Like, hey, let's get his wife back on TV. You have Thunder Rosa, who could be another good feud.
Hikaru
Shida just kind of existing. Or, just go for it. Just be like, hey, Willow's storyline injured. Let's see if Harley can get a title on her. Like, even if she doesn't, I don't think Harley's going to beat Tekla for the world title, but it would be a great showing. Just, hey, let's keep building Harley Cameron up. You have the perfect babyface champion, and let's just get it on her at some point. But one of my favorite matches, like definitely my second favorite match of the night. This was just a really good match. Into the trios title matches. I think we're defending most of the titles tonight, right?
Most of them, yeah.
Most of them, yeah.
The Continental, the tag team, the women's world, the men's world, and the trios. So the only one we don't have, and the tag teams.
The international.
The international was the only one not on the card tonight. The national was pre-show, and the TBS was pre-show. I don't know if the TNT was, right?
No, TNT was not defended.
No. Yeah, because I think the only other pre-show match was a Big Boom AJ.
Yeah, on top of it, Kyle Fletcher and Okada are both like 2/3 of the trios champions. So they weren't defending their belts tonight.
Yeah, so that's why the two champions were in the trios match. A really good trios match. We have the Don Callis family of Okada, Mark Davis, and Kyle Fletcher versus Jet Speed and Mystico, which is Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey, and Mystico getting all of the flowers in this match and afterwards. It announced at the end of this match that Mystico is a dual contract with CMLL and AEW now. Just dual contracts, man. I think it helps everybody.
Getting paid by two companies. That's always good.
Jet Speed comes out wearing Mystico gear, which was really nice. They have full on lucha masks. They have the same colors. And it's just a really good back and forth. But then we get to this point in the match where it's Jet Speed versus Mark Davis. And Mark Davis is kicking their asses. Like, this man is taking on both of them. And it's just like, Dunkzilla is a beast. This man has gotten injured. Kyle Fletcher has become like the superstar. This man has kind of been like a henchman for Don Callis. Got a new tag partner in Jake Doyle. Jake Doyle gets injured. Mark Davis has been injured. This man refuses to die on this roster.
Man, listen, let me tell you about Dunkzilla Mark Davis. That guy has been an absolute gem for the Don Callis family. Yep. Like, you can't sit here and just tell me that he's just refusing to be the Jannetty, of Kyle Fletcher.
He is refusing to be the Jannetty.
He's refusing to be the Jannetty. All right. Every time this dude is in the ring, he absolutely puts 100% into it. And he's like, I'm gonna make sure I am remembered for. I don't need to be on TV as much, but I'm gonna make sure this crowd remembers who I am. And he's
I showed up.
Like it.
I showed up. We had like the most barbarian ass tag team with Jake Doyle. Like, we were just two strong, meaty men. My tag partner gets injured. I am not taking a step back. I'm going right into this trios division. It's like, the storylines built into this match are interesting too, because we have established over the last few pay-per-views that Fletcher and Speedball are just like incredible in the ring together, and they've kind of had this feud starting where they just keep constantly finding themselves at odds with each other. And then we have an even funnier feud going on of Okada and Kevin Knight feuding about who does the better dropkick.
Yeah,
which is funny because it just shows that feuds don't have to be overly serious all the time. Because Okada's dropkick is great, but Kevin Knight's is a very good dropkick too. And it's like, even commentary was pointing out, it's just like, ever since these two wrestled in the Continental Classic, they've just been trying to one up each other on dropkicks.
Oh yeah. Did Kevin Knight win that match also?
Yes, he did.
I remember that match being incredible. I'm ready for the Continental Classic this year.
Stocks on Kevin Knight, man, going up.
He's going up.
It was a very brief title run for Don Callis family, because if we remember, Speedball and Kevin Knight lost the belts with Hangman to Don Callis family, and then they win them back here with Mystico. We get the announcement that Mystico is all elite. Mystico is now Trios champion in 2 companies, with El Sky Team and CMLL, and now Jet Speed, which are the same tag team name if you think about it.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Kevin Knight and Speedball have been showing up in CMLL on the weekends. They have asked for more bookings down there. The company has been really happy to give them time on their shows, and it's improving. Like, these guys are just looking great in the ring. Like, they're,
and I think that's the idea of why they put Mystico in with those 2 guys, because I figured they were going to be used in CMLL a lot more,
Kevin Knight and Speedball are not luchadors, but they perfectly fit into that style of wrestling. Like,
they fight like they are sometimes.
Yeah, it's a crazy like crossover, and just, I mean, Speedball and Kevin Knight getting their reps in, in both companies. These guys have bright futures ahead of them. Yes. Especially Kevin Knight. Like, Kevin Knight, he is going to be world champion within 3 years. I can see it. Like, man is talented. Want to talk about a sleeper hit on this card, though? This fucking match. Bandito versus Andrade. It's
a good one.
Match. I was like, these guys are going to be good. We're probably going to get like a very like CMLL style match here. No, this match was fucking great. It's like,
to be honest, this was my second favorite match of the night. Bandito and Andrade, because on top of this match being good, they did this for the female Gooners. Like, this was absolute fan service.
Did you see the sign
here?
Deca, did you see the sign?
Which one?
Tortas for Andrade. It was an old lady holding up a tortoise for Andrade.
I did not see that. That's amazing.
I didn't see that, but that's funny as hell.
He uploaded a picture on his Twitter. He had gotten the sign backstage and took a picture with it. Somebody summed it up that Andrade is the first man in the world and the first man in history to do divorced dad shit, and all of us are just like, fuck yeah. It's just like he is doing the most divorced man gimmick.
Man, like, getting divorced really helped his career a lot, surprisingly. He's absolutely going crazy in this company. Taking selfies, all these hot Latinas and shit at ringside every now and then.
It's not wrong for them to say that he is on the run of his life. Like, that's just factually true.
This
really is
the most interesting and watchable Andrade has been since coming into North American wrestling. Like, it's like, this is his best character work we've seen.
And I'm like, they found something that finally works for Andrade, man. And apparently is basically a gigolo.
Basically.
And it's fucking great.
Let's not put it past let's not just say that Andrade is funny here, though. Bandito actually was really funny in this match, too. First of all, Bandito coming out showing homage to Super Dragon. There's PWG plugs from Excalibur, because of course there is.
Of course there is.
He owned the company, I think. It's like, he was co-owner, right?
Yeah. I laughed when Bandito was doing the Andrade gimmick and trying to take his pants off, and he was taking too long, and Andrade just kneed him in the face. Like, just a running knee from across the ring. Don Callis on commentary for this one is actually hilarious too. Like, he's not annoying. He is definitely playing into Andrade's like character work here. And it's just this match, dude. We're getting Eddie Guerrero tributes. We're getting This Is Awesome chants from the crowd. Just what they're doing to each other in this match is so good too. We had the deadlift 21 plex, which was insane to see. That was
big.
Andrade is laying on the ground, and Bandito's like, "Okay, I'm still going to hit my 21 plex on you."
It looked good.
Shout out to Andrade's fucking Judas effect, just coming out of nowhere as a back elbow. Like, it's just a great setup, and it's just the move looks so good. Jericho wishes he could.
Jericho wishes he could. Yeah,
it
true.
Looks like that's like one of the smoothest moves Andrade has right now. It's like he does that little kick and then the turn to the back elbow. He nails it perfectly almost.
Speaking of kicks, Bandito lifts up Andrade and does like, he lifts him over like he's going to hit a GTS, but then he rolls forward and hits him with a heel kick, which was an insane visual.
Yeah,
because I was like, was that a mistake? And then they like showed again. I was like, oh no, he intended to do that. Like, just like, I'm gonna just deadlift you into a heel kick. We do get another 21 plex attempt. It's intercepted by a running knee though, and Andrade picks up the win. It was a good match.
It's a really good match,
and I think it's a good point between. This is one of the two matches that I think is good to like help. It keeps it. The crowd is hyped for this, but it's like, hey, we're toning it down a bit because we're about to give you 46 minutes of a main event. So we get this match, which is a really good showing for both these guys. Bandito, again, future world champion. We just don't know when. He's definitely should be in the lineup over the next 3 years, though.
Yes.
Andrade should be in the lineup, at least for the within the next year and a half. Like, Andrade is on the run of his career right now.
Like, for real. And this is pretty much where you're starting to discover, like new main eventers.
And they built Andrade up.
Yeah, they did. And
he's beaten Kenny. He's beaten Swerve.
Like, I mean, he's beating all these top stars. I'm like, yeah, they're definitely putting him in the main event slot. Because they got to create it's like they're just so good at identifying their talent and who they want to put in this spot.
Yeah, it's just, we were talking about too. It's like, this is kind of where you sink or swim. I think on the AEW roster is like, sure, character work is everything, but like, you have to be able to work in the ring. Like, these guys have to know how to be fluid in all these matches have felt so fluid for the most part. Like, nothing ever feels like that people have stopped and considered, what's the next spot we're doing. It feels like they're just naturally adapting to stuff, which I think it really benefits when you don't note by note your matches like WWE does. It's like, hey, here's this spot, here's this spot. You guys have this long, just go out there and put on a wrestling match.
And that's just the difference, man. It just flows so well, And it's not just pay-per-views too. It's not just Dynamite and Collision.
There's also the bit of it that isn't where you realize that it's not actually the like these two people like know the same language. They've wrestled the same style.
Yeah. It was a lucha. It was a lucha match with not a lot of high flying, but it was definitely like an in-ring technical like lucha match a lot of the time. I really love these two. These two are great in the ring. This is definitely like a sleeper hit on this card. If you like if you just enjoy good wrestling matches, seek this one out.
Yes, this is a good, fun match that knows. The other part I like about this match is it knows what it is and it knows what it isn't.
Yeah, and Andrade's character is being, this flirty male wrestler, and Bandito trying to copy him and just eating the knee for it was just a really funny start to this match.
Yes.
Because Andrade just lays that knee into Bandito. Like, Bandito takes such a hard hit on that running knee. And then we go into kind of a brief train wreck of a match just because of who's in it. It's still good. It definitely, I think, could have been earlier on the card, though. All things considered. We have the Dogs, which are David Finlay, Clark Connors, and Gabe Kidd, coming from New Japan. Coincidentally, New Japan's Instagram kind of posting some stuff about Gabe Kidd and all that. So I'm wondering if these guys are actually here for AEW and doing the whole, fuck New Japan as like a character stuff, or they're like, hey, Forbidden Door season's right around the corner.
For what I understand, I think all three of them are signed with AEW now.
They are, but like,
I remember Gabe Kidd.
This was like a month ago. It was like, New Japan #1 and all that, and then it's just like, boom, I'm in AEW now. And I'm like,
speaking of which, because during the media scrum, Gabe Kidd was just going off about that. He was like, "Oh, fuck everybody who said, fuck everybody who said I was with who was pointing out that I was in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now I'm at AEW. Fuck you guys," and all this other stuff. He was going off in that fucking press conference about that.
I think he's
the Dogs already, and all three of those guys are signed.
I think the Dogs are probably going to be a focal point around Forbidden Door season. I think we actually might get like company versus company feuds instead of like exhibition matches.
Yeah,
Because Forbidden Door has just kind of been exhibition matches for the most part. It's like, hey, here's two of our wrestlers. They're going to do this thing. I think we actually might get like a full on like AEW versus New Japan, which would be a great change. It would be a great change from last year's disaster.
Yeah, it should be. That's what they should be doing with Forbidden Door. They should be building They should be building feuds between companies, certain people. Like, because you've had guys in New Japan Pro Wrestling say, "Hey, AEW is not doing shit for us. Fuck those guys." And then you got the Dogs saying pretty much the exact same thing. So why not just start building stories and feuds around that?
Yeah,
make it like Forbidden Door, AEW versus New Japan.
Yeah, Yoda Tsuji has been saying like AEW's relationship has not benefited us at all. Like, him and his faction have been kind of doing that, and I'm like, I think they're kind of planting the seeds of like, hey, we're actually going to have like company versus company this year, which would be a great change, and it should be.
I'm with it.
Yeah. So we get the Dogs and the team of Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, and Darby Allin. Darby, again, just taking all the bumps in this match, and it's like the match has barely started by the time Clark Connor spears him to the outside of the ring in a very sweet spear spot. Yeah, they basically just start beating the shit out of Darby, but that's expected. Orange Cassidy gets into the ring, starts doing his like weak little slaps, and each time he hits somebody, they lay him out, which I thought was really funny because he gets back up, he does again, they knock him out again. Roderick Strong then comes in and just basically tears house down, dude. Like, this whole feud has been a Roderick Strong showcase. I'm excited for it. This is kind of them. The press conference too, that Roger Strong and Orange Cassidy announced that they are a tag team now. So it's gonna be fun in the tag team division with those two.
Yeah.
It's like Roger Strong is definitely like begrudgingly working with Orange Cassidy. He's like,
I guess.
He's like, I guess. Gabe and Darby are continually trying to kill each other. That's kind of what this whole feud's built around.
Yeah.
We don't see it on camera, but Darby does get Gabe Kidd trapped to the stage with the zip ties that he got after they had tied him to the corner of the ring and was beating the shit out of him, basically. He zip ties Gabe Kidd. Gabe Kidd can't get back into the ring. Roger Strong handles Clark Connors with a end of heartache, pushes Orange Cassidy onto him, and kind of like stands guard for Dave Finlay. And yeah, the face team wins. I don't like the result. I understand you want to make your, some of your top baby faces with Orange Cassidy and Darby, look strong, but this is the first pay-per-view match for the dogs. I think it probably would have done better to have them steal a win, rather than
Maybe.
just kind of lose.
But this match didn't really matter in
It didn't really matter.
Regard, I don't think.
And it builds to Gabe Kidd and Darby's coffin match on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. But like this match itself is just like a preview for, this was a vehicle for that match, which is batshit to have the pay-per-view match be the vehicle to the match on free TV.
It's on free TV.
But it really just should be the other way around.
Yeah.
It's I think out of the coffin matches though that Darby has wrestled, he has lost one, and that was to Jack Perry. So I'm wondering if this is going to be another coffin match that Darby loses. So you need to light the fire under them before people are like, oh, they're just going to be like villainous heels for people to fight. Like you have to make the dogs look strong still. But I like this match. Clark, I think we were talking about in the Discord. I'm like, these are like, they are villains, but it's like Dave Finlay is like leader, and then he has Crazy Goon and Cool Goon. And that's basically like their whole layout.
I will admit throughout this entire match, I thought it was just Gabe Kidd against Darby Allin for most of it. Like a good chunk of it, I thought it was just them two in a one-on-one.
Yeah, and Finlay didn't get a lot to do in this match either. Like he came in and had his like moment, but he wasn't really given a showcase, and you would think he would be given like when he's one of the bigger signings in the last like few weeks. But I don't know. He did have the really funny post of why did you not go to WWE? It's like, I have never made money wrestling with my dad and brother. Like, he's like, I have made money with the War Dogs. So yeah, but a nice little thing. It is weird that this match is the vehicle for the Gabe Kidd Darby feud to continue. But we're probably going to end up getting Finlay and Clark Connors in a tag team or something. Or them at least in the trios. They'd be a really cool heel faction for, eventually down the line with Jet Speed and Mystico.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think they're going to have a place in the trios division. Like Dave Finlay may eventually make it to world title scene, but not in the immediate future. You have so many people ahead of him right now. And then the main event of this match, 46 minutes. Was good, did too much. I feel the stipulation was also if Hangman loses, he can't challenge for the world title again. With the stretcher job at the end of it, I hope Hangman just gets some vacation time. The man has been working his ass off for this company.
Yeah.
Just like, dude, go home, relax, maybe come back as a heel and break your promise, just. The question is, who is the Hangman character without the title chase? I think is what they're trying to figure out now for Hangman. Because, spoilers, Hangman loses the Texas Death Match, so he can no longer challenge for the title. But his character has always kind of been focused on getting the title, so it's going to be interesting to see what Hangman does with this new stipulation.
That too?
People are like, I hope he just comes back as full heel and goes back on his word. Maybe he's like a villainous Hangman for Ospreay or something.
Yeah, the thing is don't know if they're gonna go through all of that, but it is gonna be pretty interesting to see how they're gonna work their way around this stipulation eventually. I think right now Hangman is just gonna have to stick to it, for like maybe a year or so or the rest of this year. Because again, you got a lot of main eventers,
Yeah.
that they gotta try to like get in the title shot or well too, but I think for right now, this is just basically a way to just pull Hangman back from that title picture.
Yeah.
But they got to figure out. They're gonna eventually have to explain away how they're gonna work around this.
Somebody on Twitter was like, "Hey, just a random question. Did Hangman say if he loses, he can't challenge for the world title as long as he lives? Because they could easily write like, hey, I was in the hospital and my heart stopped, so technically I died." It's like
that would be funny.
God,
someone on Twitter said that, and I was like, you know what, man? It's dumb enough. I actually respect it.
that is so stupid.
That's like some soap opera shit. I
Yeah,
with it.
but that's wrestling.
Yeah.
Wrestling is a soap opera.
It's stupid enough to actually work. That's the crazy part.
So let's get into this, because for the most part, this match is 30 minutes of MJF getting his ass kicked.
Once again,
he's wearing the Dory Funk gear, which is really funny.
Terry Funk.
Because it's Terry Funk. So he has the colors, but he also has his fucking plaid like knee pads on it. So almost immediately in this match, MJF is bleeding. Hangman is drinking from the crowd. There's a really funny spot of Hangman with the trash can lid chasing MJF, and then he just stops because MJF's going to keep running around the ring thinking Hangman chases him, bonks him. There's an audible bonk, and then you hear on camera just Hangman say dumbass.
Dumbass.
He pulls out a window, which MJF looks at it and like breaks it on the ring and then instantly gets slammed into it. Like MJF is playing like the perfect cocky heel in this match as he's getting his ass kicked.
Yeah, because it was like at one point, I think right during the window spot, he looks into the camera and goes, "Yeah, you ain't gonna catch me doing that indie bullshit."
And then instantly
gets
gets slammed then instantly gets slammed into glass, which was really funny. We have just Hangman doing what he does best in these matches, and that is be a Texas deathmatch wrestler. And we had the stuff like the barbed wire on the forearm. There's the shard of glass that cuts open MJF across the forehead. There's the broom, and the most heelish thing that's made me laugh was him cleaning the glass out of the ring. That shit made me laugh so hard, and there's Deck's camera. I was like, well, his camera's frozen. I'm wondering if we're going to lose him or not.
I'm here, I promise.
MJF cleaning the ring made me laugh.
That was
so hard.
Really good. That popped me.
And then Hangman takes it and breaks the stick and tries to stab him with the broken broom handle. And then the match does too much. I believed the Hangman Swerve feud. So them wanting to cause each other pain was believable. The syringe was still kind of over the top, even for that feud.
Yeah.
They do it in this match again. Fully through Hangman's cheek, and the thing is filled with water, so you can get the visual of like, hey, look, it is through Hangman's cheek, and I'm injecting the water. And I was like, okay, I can't wait to see what Twitter has to say about that tomorrow. But I feel like that was probably still way too much because their feud hadn't built to that point yet where even MJF kind of addressed it. Everybody saw the syringe and was like booing, and he's like, what? You liked it when he did it. So it was just kind of
that was kind of a shocking moment that came in. It's like them trying to reference that Texas death, them trying to reference that cage match with Swerve.
Hangman burned his house down.
Was just unnecessary.
These men wanted to kill each other.
Yeah, there was a reason for that. It was just kind of unnecessary in this match, I thought.
Yeah. So you think like that would be the high spot of the match, and it definitely kind of was. But then we get the light tubes, which these light tubes are a deathmatch staple, but we do know that, the fucking stuff inside of them can be dangerous. I hate it when they use these. Just in any match that they use them, it's like, if you're breathing in that shit, that is kind of dangerous.
Yeah,
can be, yeah.
We get the Moxley playbook here with the skewers. Some are stuck in MJF's head until the buckshot, where they all get perfectly knocked out of his head, which was a really cool visual, admittedly. And we get one of the funnier parts in this match, not because of comedy, but because Hangman is asking who has a lighter because the crowd wants a table set on fire. But it's like, bro, you're in California. They only have vapes. Like, nobody here has a lighter, buddy.
Wow.
We get to the point where MJF starts coming back into this match briefly. It goes outside the ring. Hangman puts the dog collars on them. MJF has a really funny, not again, as he's trying to like get the dog collar off. Referencing him
PTSD from his match with Punk.
With his match with Punk, like MJF is like, not again, not again, not again. There is the visual that a lot of women on Twitter loved, and that was Hangman walking MJF back to the ring as MJF crawled with the collar on him, and the crowd is chanting, "He's a good boy." And
That was crazy.
some of the women on Twitter was like, this visual is making me feel some things. We get back into the ring.
That wasn't the first time too, because like Tekla, Chris Statlander, when they were using belts, I've seen plenty of Twitter posts about it, and I'm like, you all are some gooners. Like, for real. y'all are some absolute gooners.
We get the buckshot interrupted by the low blow, the usual spot with MJF, who then puts Hangman into the hanging position outside of the ring. Interesting that Hangman's kind of hubris here is what led him to this, because there are multiple points in this match where Hangman could have pinned MJF, and that would have been it, but he just wanted MJF to suffer, basically. There is the hit to the head with the dynamite diamond ring, which I missed until they zoomed in on it. He hangs Hangman. He wins by the count. Hangman falls forward and gets one of the best accidental moments in wrestling with the blood on the camera lens, which added so much to this finish. And it's like, if that wasn't planned, don't ever try to replicate it. This was like lightning in a bottle for this match, of how it having it end like that. Like, if you try to replicate that, it's not going to hit the same. But like Hangman,
that's one of
it was perfect.
That's one of those things you can only do one time, and that's it.
Yeah,
but it was perfect.
They stayed on that camera the entirety of like this final stretch after the count. Hangman gets stretchered out. MJF stands on his stretcher holding the title. The blood on the camera. MJF literally standing over Hangman's like almost dead body is just a fantastic visual to end this show with.
I think so too.
MJF also beat any allegations of not being a deathmatch wrestler. Like, he probably doesn't want to do it, but he can do it if he has to. So really, really good. And Hangman is probably going to be out for a while as MJF now moves to his next feud. They have updated the Dynasty pay-per-view poster with MJF sitting on the throne that once just had the belt on it. So really, really good. Definitely like does too much though for a Texas death match. He did more to MJF than he did to Swerve. Like, there was also the exploding table spot. Like, there are so many spots in here that we didn't talk about. Like, they went through the exploding table and everything, and it's just like, he is beating this man harder than he beat Swerve in their match. Mm-hmm. So definitely not my favorite main event, but I'm interested to see where Hangman goes from here, and I'm interested to see where MJF's title reign goes from here. Let's just keep these two apart now for the time being. But yeah, I hope MJF's just taking a break. It's like when Moxley loses the title. Please just take a break, man. It's like, you guys have been putting your body on the line for this company for so long. You just deserve a vacation. The roster can take your spot and handle it for a few weeks. Like,
it'll be all right. I promise.
It'll be all right. Like, just take a few weeks off, Hangman, please. But yeah, overall though, a fantastic show. The
Very
people
solid
who
show.
the people who won were the right people to win, with the exception of my thoughts on the Swerve Brody match. Very few title changes when it comes to the main titles. Tekla retained, MJF retained, FTR retained. The new trios is nice, but I think that's just a company thing. I think CMLL and AEW are just like, hey, Mystico's a trios title in your company. We'll make him a trios champion in ours. You guys have been having Speedball and Kevin Knight wrestle for you. Let's just keep it going back and forth.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
I like
definitely one of the better pay-per-views that we've had recently. Because again, the wrestling is always going to be good. There's always the hit or misses with the stories. I think all the stuff here hit for the most part.
Yeah.
Except the Ronda Rousey thing, but
the Ronda Rousey
we'll
thing,
just
yeah.
have to wait. Yeah, that was probably the only miss on this pay-per-view the entire night, but that was the one that got the most discourse on social media. So I guess it's, for whatever it's worth, it is doing what it's supposed to do.
It's working. I don't like that it's working.
Yeah, we got Kenny back. We got Will Ospreay back. Like, we got Hangman leaving for a brief period of time. He might show up tonight. I don't know.
And Christian back.
He might show up Wednesday Night Dynamite. I have no idea. Like, Cope and Christian are back for their final run, probably. So yeah, kind of firing on all cylinders right now. And I'm curious to see where the women and the men's world title scenes go from here on out for Tekla and MJF.
Well, I'll tell you guys this much. I am fully invested in this stretch from Dynasty until All In London, because I think for the next, we're in March right now.
Yeah.
About the next 5 months or so, there's going to be plenty of feuds and story that kind of intrigue me. And God knows who else shows up in this company along the way. So I'm just excited to see what comes next as far as everything goes in this company.
For sure.
And I mean, this is also like, I think a lot of these people too are here when they really should. Like, Mark Davis probably should. In WWE, Mark Davis would never have been in this position. It's like, oh, your tag partner's injured. Guess you're on catering now.
Yeah.
But he was, like I said, Mark Davis refused to die as a member of this roster, and it has paid off for him. It was also just really cool seeing Aussie Open hold the trios titles. Oh, something from that match too that made me laugh, because we know wrestling. So like, Aussie Open has to be the most important Australian tag team, and I'm like, the Mighty O'Neill is right there. It's like those guys have been around way longer, and they've gone through everything. They've been in their Sabre Junior's partners in New Japan. They went through NXT. Like, that team's right here, man.
A lot of those guys were in WWE, to be honest.
Yeah. Shane Thorne from the Mighty O'Neill was in Retribution. It's like he was one of those guys, and then he left.
Yep.
As you would.
Correctly.
And then he went to New Japan. And Zack Sabre Jr. and the Mighty O'Neill are now, kind of a trios in New Japan. So yeah, they're good. They definitely are running where, the Mighty O'Neill walked the path for them. So we're not going to call them the best Australian tag team. But
some respect on their name, though.
A really good show. Really vibed with it. I
thought it was a solid show.
The responses though of going from Revolution to Raw is so jarring for like people watching both companies. It's just like, man.
I will admit though, that Brock Oba segment from Monday Night Raw was fantastic.
Strap the rocket to Oba Femi.
Don't say that.
Don't let him just beat Lesnar. Let him beat Lesnar in like 30 seconds. Like, just don't even give him a match.
1997 and 1998.
Yeah.
Book him Goldberg in 98.
CM Punk did have a really funny moment on his promo too, of he's not even his favorite Samoan named Joe. which I thought was
I
really
did.
funny.
I caught that.
I was
Mhm.
just like, that's funny. Danhausen is being a comedy character with t-shirt guns and everything, so I mean, good on him, I guess. And
That was also in my city, but I didn't go.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's
I'm also busy getting married.
somebody pointed out too. We're so close to Mania next month, and neither Io Shirai or Gunther have matches on the card. It's just like,
Gunther
what
has
we
not been on TV in
I was like,
about
what are we
a couple
doing
of
here,
years.
WWE?
I don't know. You had
Like-
Gunther retire like 3 major legends, and then all of a sudden he's just not on TV, which is weird.
Somebody pointed out, it's like you can tell when Triple H is done with his experiments. And it's just kind of like,
It's the gift from Toy Story. I'm done playing with you.
yeah, I mean, look at
Mhm.
Damian Priest. He's like, he was in the world title picture. Now he's just tag teaming with R-Truth, which isn't bad. We love R-Truth here. But like, it's just a jarring transition from I was in the world title scene for fucking months, and now I'm just here in the tag team division. And just Gunther
As
not
you do.
having anything is wild to me. But WrestleMania is a story for another time.
Yeah.
That's our next show, I believe. Because I think after that
Yep.
we have Dynasty. WrestleMania is
Dy-
yes, it's going to be WrestleMania and then Dynasty,
okay.
and whatever WWE events after that. Backlash. It's usually Backlash,
Generally
at the
Backlash
minute,
after, yeah.
and then we'll have a Double or Nothing. So interesting. Should have Double or Nothing after Dynasty, I think. But yeah, it's just definitely a sweet set of months ahead. We're going to see if WWE can correct course and see if AEW can keep this momentum going.
We'll at least get a solid show.
We'll get a solid
Uh,
show. I'll definitely probably watch it not live. You know?
Yeah. But as far as AEW goes, they got off to a really good start this year. You know, kind of continuing the momentum and upward trajectory they built up in the previous year. And I think if they continue on this route, we're going to get some of the best pay-per-views and television out of them in quite some time.
Yeah. And every company stumbles. It's just how much you stumble. I think the Ronda thing was just a bad option. You know, it's just
I think it's just genuinely a bad idea.
it's a bad idea. I understand if you want like star power and maybe people to talk about your show, but like we don't want her. You know, like we do not want her. She had one good match in Ring of Honor. They had the tag team of her and Marina versus Athena and Billy, and it actually was pretty good. But like, we don't want her on TV, please.
Yeah, like this should just be like a short. This should just be like a short-term thing. You know, maybe get one good match out of her, and then just maybe send her on her way. That's it.
Yeah, it's just Shayna Baszler's right
Don't even
there
do that.
again. Shayna Baszler's
Yeah,
right
again,
there.
yeah.
It's like
Shayna Baszler is significantly a better worker, is probably a better person.
and it's like it also just from a nerd standpoint, it fits. Claudio and her can talk Warhammer. They can both come
Yeah.
out wearing their purity seals.
Oh God, I forgot she was
It's
a big
like-
ass Warhammer nerd too.
Her and Claudio can both come out in the jackets with the fucking purity seals on them that Claudio
With the
wears.
seals on them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot she was into that because she had it on the tights in one pay per view. I can't remember.
She sure
right
did.
now.
Yeah, it was a stumble, but otherwise a very great show. So, with that all being said, again, leave your comments for Decavolty. He is getting married. So we would love to read the comments for everybody.
Congrats, Deca.
Thank you.
We will see you all next month for Mania 2-night event. So it'll probably be an extra long episode. That's another little side thing. Just Mania WWE pay-per-views are too short. AEWs are still kind of long. Can we settle on like 7 or 8 matches and that's it? Like just 7 or 8 matches. Like you can cut some of these matches from these pay-per-views.
I'm all for it.
Just I think 7 is a good middle ground for all of these events. Just give us 7 good matches from both companies. I'll be fine.
And for the love of God, WWE, please don't give like 5 matches a night for WrestleMania because that would just be
You know they're going to.
criminal. I know,
They gotta-
but still.
like they gotta.
That'd be just criminal.
Or like we have 2 days. We have 2 days. We can do 10 matches just across the 2 days. It's like, yeah. So Mania's gonna be a fun thing because the way that it's shaping up is already like, oh no. So we're gonna have to see like how the card evens out.
Well,
But,
they're only now starting to announce matches. So.
yeah, they're now starting to announce matches. We're just I'm gonna keep optimism that somebody course corrects in that company. There was a report that because it is in Las Vegas, people can't afford tickets, and TKO was pissed off and told WWE that they were going to reduce ticket prices to get people to be able to afford Mania. And it's like, I think we're going to probably see a pretty empty stadium, if you ask me. Like, it's still going to be full, but I think there's going to be a noticeable series of seats open.
Well, with them rescinding the ban on, watch parties and bars and shit, that's quite possible.
Yeah. Also, that was the craziest thing. We're banning the watch parties. Like,
oh,
that smells like TKO over anything. But yeah, Mania will be our next one. So, as always, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, we do have everything on Spotify. So if you just want to listen on like your car ride or during your day at work, feel free to give us a follow over there. And if you're listening to us on Spotify or any other podcast service, we do have the video feeds for these podcasts up on YouTube. It's just the three of us sitting on a Discord call where you get to see our pretty faces the whole time. And yeah, we will see you guys for Mania. And I got nothing else, fellas.
Neither do I.
Got anything? Oh, I think Deca's camera froze again.
Yep.
Okay, we're just gonna go. Bye, everybody.
See you later.